Nothing. Figures. Okay, welcome to January 2019. Happy New Year to everyone. Welcome to January 2019 Q&A session stream. Today is going to be Dragon Ball Dokkan Battle. I had another game in mind, but I couldn't get it set up in time to like make everything work. At least in terms of streaming. So I set this one up instead. Let's see. What can I go over first? Well, first off, this is a Q&A stream, so I will be taking, well, if the stream actually goes through on both YouTube and Twitch, because I am using Restream. Well, I'm using Restream through Streamlabs, and hopefully the bit rate is actually decent. I will take questions from the viewers. Usually I would be like, okay, I would take questions from like people that are like subscribers or whatever, or channel members or whatever, but I don't have any of those right now because, well, I'm not that big of a YouTube channel or /Twitch channel. there's not a whole lot to talk about, so this will probably go on for like maybe an hour or less, depending on how I feel about it. So first off, before I actually get started on like starting to play the game, I should start. Well, I want to try and mention a couple of things. I did make a couple of changes to the stream, or make a couple of updates to the stream. One, I do have a bit of an overlay. I'm still trying to work out the bugs because I can't really get like the games and whatnot to be like sized properly for overlays. Like I would rather, if I'm going to be playing with an overlay, to have like a chat window and all that. I want like the chat window and the game to like fit the window all together, so I don't have to try and like fill in the extra bit of black space and whatnot. Other than that, I do have an overlay, so that works. Another thing that's going on is that thanks to the power of Streamlabs, I have been able to, hopefully, I pray to God that this works this time, I have updated notifications for my stream. And I'm trying to come up with like some fancy notifications. Nothing too bombastic yet, but I figured I would do that just for fun. So let's test it out to make sure it works. Hosting. Yeah, and that's if I ever get hosted. I do have one for if someone does like a raid on my stream, but it's not gonna. I don't think it's really gonna show up just yet, because to have a raid, I need to have somebody that like knows me and just randomly raid my stream, you know. For the bits, I haven't really done anything for that yet. I'm working on that one. I'm actually working on the bits one. And I have something in mind. I just have to actually go and get, like, I actually need to go and get the sprite, which is going to be, it's good, like, what I have in mind for the bit sprite is going to be like Mega Man X, like that, the X part of the logo, like just pop in, and then have the sound effect from the classic SNES game. For donations, I have that. You will get +5 glory from everyone's from Mayor Zhao. You will have a +5 glory. I do have another one in mind that I will probably set up if things actually start getting crazy with donations. But right now, I think +5 glory Mayor Zhao is probably the best thing to go with. For anyone that subscribes to the Twitch or YouTube channel, we have Wolfgang. We have Wolfgang for the subscriptions. That basically playing people for subscriptions, and for the follow, good to see you. I have Garuda from Shadowverse as the follow. Who do I have for raids? For raids, it's actually kind of a surprise if I can, but I can't test out the raid one from here. I've tried and it won't let me. I would actually have to go in and like literally edit the raid one, the pop-up. But that one would be Sergeant Hatter from Virtual on Mars, and I think that's my wildest one yet. But if I would have to actually get a raid to happen before I before I can actually play that. Like I did it for fun, and I would say the reason why I did it, I generally was more or less impressed by like Thero's notifications, even though his are like way crazier. and funnier. Like he's got if you actually go to his Twitch stream, Twitch TV/Ithero, you will find that his notifications are like, although a lot of his notifications are mainly like people doing gift subs, the most of the time you'll just hear like freaking Ica from Skies of Arcadia doing Alpha Storm and killing multiple beautiful Joes, or you might hear Vice doing Rain of Swords and killing multiple beautiful Joes. It's quite silly, and I think really what made me want to do it was like I heard one of my favorite notifications I heard, which I don't really hear anymore. I don't know if he removed it or not. Is one when you donate to him like a certain amount of money, like Sonic pops in and he's like, "Oh no!" Like he's literally screams that, and that just got me laughing just to hear that one. I think it's funny for him because it's like every time somebody like does a gift sub or they donate to him, like it just distracts like Thero from playing whatever he's trying to play. Because he'll literally take the time and read like who just donated or who just subscribed, whereas other people and probably myself, like I would just rather like say like, oh well, this person did it after like during like a break time or whatever. Okay, so that out of the way. There's not too much to talk about in terms of, well, updates. I was actually hunting down questions and whatnot, like various questions and whatnot, and trying to consider like the questions I did receive from my previous stream of Sonic Adventure, which ended up being a 10-hour stream. And I tried to look up a couple of news points or concerns that related to gaming that I felt I could address and hopefully not get any backlash, because I did consider some of them and I was just like, no, screw it, I'm not going to talk about that. So, and the problem with finding stuff, because no one really like gives me things to like answer. No one really gives me things to answer, is that I'm literally hunting through comments or just searching for interesting topics to talk about. Hey Jen. Hey Jen. Well, it's been alright. Just trying to get things in order. Welcome to the stream. Ow. Okay. But yeah, I'm just like, until I get like my normal following back for streaming, like back in the old days. So I guess it's gonna be just me hunting for topics to talk about. And in terms of how it's been rough, but I'm alive, so it couldn't have been truly rough. So let's see well, the last time I already talked about my dead pet, my dead cat and dog, and I don't want to go through that again. So over the Christmas break, so to speak, there's not really much to talk about in terms of that. I didn't really get much. Like, I mean, I don't expect much. I'm like 30-something years old, so I'm like 31 years old, so I don't really expect to get much. I honestly didn't expect to get anything, to be honest, but I did. I got clothes, and a gift card, an Amazon gift card that I used to buy a new capture card for recording PS4, Vita TV, etc. Did I think what? like, I think the nicest thing I got was from mom. It was like this keychain. Oh, it's a chain, like a chain necklace, and it has like has like a message of encouragement on it. What I would say, and I'll read it. To my son. Yeah, I got the splitter for the Vita TV, and I tested it out the other day. I'm gonna have to find a way to make sure that the splitter doesn't get like incredibly hot or burn out, because the one I have, it doesn't look like it like gets hot like really fast after a long period of play. So I have to look for a way to like make sure I keep that cool down. Anyway, this chain, which is something my mother got me, says, to my son, always remember you are braver than you believe, stronger than you seem, smarter than you think, and loved more than you know. Love, Mom. Yeah, I felt that was actually precious. I mean, a lot of people, because it's been pretty hectic in the past couple of months, and I've been at that point where I just don't want to deal with it. What else is there to talk about? Oh, the weirdest part of the gift that I got, which mother bought it for everybody in the family. It was one of those Ancestry DNA test bits, which I haven't even done yet. And I was like, wait, why did everybody get one of these? I mean, I'm not big on that, but I'll just do it just for the heck of it. I'm not gonna like stream it or whatever, because I'm not one of those kind of streamers that like streams every literal thing. And I have to figure out, I need to pick a day to do it, because I read the instructions and I was like, oh yeah, okay, oh, I have to not eat, make sure I don't eat for like 30 minutes, and I usually, when I think about doing it, I already ate, or I drunk coffee or something, and I'm like, dang it, I have to wait, and then I'll just never do it. Yeah, but that was pretty much Christmas. I ended up spending the gift, like I said, I ended up spending the gift card on that capture card, and oh, thank God it works, and thank God I found it at a discounted price, because I wasn't going to pay $200 for it. Okay, so that one's out of the way. But that was Christmas. New Year's was decent. I had honestly hoped that I would finish World of Final Fantasy before New Year's, but World of Final Fantasy is just so interesting and has a lot more content. I would say it's just a real RPG compared to a lot of the other JRPGs I've been playing. And I've been enjoying like every minute of it. It's like, you might have caught like one of my mini shit posts of World of Final Fantasy. Which, thinking of that, I really need to save up for a PlayStation 4 so I can have my own PlayStation 4 instead of playing my sister's friend's PS4 in the living room in the cold. Because I hate having to get out of my room and go turn on the PS4 at like 3 o'clock in the morning just so I can play a session of like Fighters or something. What else is there to talk about? On my list, oh boy, I think I can safely skip that one, but I'm not sure. Okay, so first item of news that a lot of people were talking about And I think it's been resolved at this point because of the announcement that came like practically 3 days later. The Dragon Ball Fighters tournament debacle, or fiasco, or whatever you want to call it. Oh boy. Which I should actually transition that into what happened yesterday with Dragon Ball in general. But if you guys didn't know, and this is to people that even watch the archive of the stream later. If you guys didn't know at this point or just don't care, there was a lot of Dragon Ball Fighters tournaments being canceled, like left and right. Like people were holding like major anime tournaments were like, hey, we have Dragon Ball Fighters tournaments, and then Toei or Shueisha or one of those many companies went like, hey, if you're gonna put this game in your tournament, we're gonna need to see some cash or something to that nature. And basically because of that, like those tournaments are like, okay, we're sorry, but due to circumstances beyond our control, we have to cancel Dragon Ball Fighters altogether. And that was just like, that really was just bad all around, because like Dragon Ball Fighters was like probably one of the biggest tournaments for a long time. That out to like, what was the other biggest tournament? I mean, besides Street Fighter. I mean, like, I personally don't care much for tournaments, but I could see like how bad things would be because the tournaments for Dragon Ball Fighters were being canceled left and right. And just to have that happen, basically one of the main issues is that like a lot, like if you start hearing like tournaments are being canceled or they're just not being held at like, well, for whatever this game is, like if it's not being held, people that play that game, they'll just be like, well, I can't become big if I'm playing this game. I guess I'll just move on to the next game. Like, oh, what else is being held at a tournament? Oh, look, we have Smash Brothers. Or, oh, look, we have Mortal Kombat 11 now. We have Mortal Kombat 11. Or, oh, look, we have Street Fighter 5. I'm going to go be good at that game instead of this game. That's pretty much how it's seen in terms of tournaments. Which, I hate to say it, it does affect the casual audience, because a lot of the casual audience will watch the pro players, be like, oh, this pro player did this thing, I want to do what this person did, unlock, like, online to a person in a combo or something, I want to do that combo. Or, oh, I want to play this game because this person's playing this game and this person made it look awesome, I want to do the same thing that he or she did. That's pretty much how it goes. And if those players are not playing that game, then like the casual audience starts to trickle away, and you end up having like a niche game. You end up having, well, Under Night In-Birth, which is, and I like Under Night In-Birth, but I have to admit that that game is pretty much a niche audience. Like how many people do you know like actually play Under Night In-Birth? Like, there's not too many, like if I would say like, oh, well, people are playing Street Fighter, someone's always playing Street Fighter. Like, Street Fighter is practically never going to die. Although we said the same thing about Marvel, and, well, Marvel Infinite happened, so. The other bad thing about this was, there was worries because the tournaments were being canceled. There was worries for a lot of YouTubers. They were saying like, okay, well, if it's like Toei or Shueisha or whoever canceling all this stuff, what about our content that we upload to YouTube or that we stream on Twitch? And the thing is, Dragon Ball is like in that touchy area. Like, we already seen it way more than enough times with Team 4 Star's Dragon Ball Z Abridged. Even though I'm not the biggest fan of Street Fighter 5, I think it's one of the worst out there. Yeah, that is true. I mean, I don't really like Street Fighter 5 personally, but Street Fighter, but it's still, like, you have to admit, it's still a huge tournament, and I should be playing freaking Dokkan while I'm doing this. But yeah, it's like, what was I saying? But yeah, like, people were like, okay, well, what will happen? Like, we already know, like, how bad Team 4 Star. Like, what would happen if Team 4, like, how bad Team 4 Star had it with Dragon Ball Z Abridged? Like, they could easily just bring down the hammer on people that just upload, like, Dragon Ball Fighters content. They could easily bring down the hammer at people that upload Dragon Ball Xenoverse content. Those companies can easily do that. And they wouldn't care. They would be like, okay, well, we got our money. Like, they could just easily do that. So there was a lot of worries about that. The thing is, but what ended up happening, like, practically 3 days later, I believe it was, I can't remember his full name, Harada came out, and he got put in charge of, like, Namco Bandai's tournaments. And he ended up posting a tweet, which I cannot find. He ended up posting a tweet basically saying, hey, I know what's going on with Dragon Ball Fighters. I'm going to look into this, and we're going to work together, and we're going to fix this whole thing. Which, that actually gave a light of hope, because, like, okay, now we don't have much to worry about. Yay, we can have our tournaments back. Although we haven't really seen much in terms of changes for tournaments. It's really a fact of licensing. And if you want, and for tournaments, it's like, okay, hey, you guys are making money off of our product. It's a really confusing process. Like, the company's going like, hey, you're making money off of our product. We're going to need to see some cash come our way. So, so, yeah, like, if you can't give us the cash, we're afraid we're just going to have to, like, do this thing to you. And the thing was, like, I recall the same thing happening to Smash Brothers Melee. Like, I didn't really look into it, but I remember I actually had to look this one up. I actually had to look this story up where basically Nintendo was like, no, you can't have a Smash Brothers tournament at EVO. Like, even if it is for charity. And I was like, and people were pissed. Like, people just got pissed off. Like, that happened. It ended up getting to the point that fans were like, you know what? Like, hey, Nintendo, look, you can't, like, if you're not gonna put Smash Brothers at EVO, then we're just not gonna play. Like, we're just not gonna play your games. And Nintendo was like, oh, you know what? We should be like, you know what? We should let them play their game at EVO. And sure enough, it ended up happening. Like, fans changed that really quick. I think the difference is that we're dealing with Toei and Shueisha, and those companies, I don't know, I don't want to say anything bad about them, but I feel like in terms of those companies, it's always like you have to like, you're going to be dealing with a lot of drama. Where is the sub event? I can do that one easily. Yeah. But yeah, that happened. And I was just like, wow, like they got this hermit back. And it's actually a good thing we're in that age where companies are more or less willing to listen to their fans' voices. Because before, it would, like, if this was like, say, 2006, 2007, this wouldn't, like, it would have never happened. It would have been like, oh, Dragon Ball FighterZ? No tournament. It would have been like, Dragon Ball FighterZ? No tournament. I'm sorry. And there would have been nothing we could do. Because we do not have that advantage. Yeah, you need proper fan power, is what I'm trying to say. Like, you need proper fan power, fan backing to make things happen. At that same time, it can easily go the wrong way because in terms of YouTube, like we've seen where like a big person does something stupid, and then that just affects everybody in a negative fashion. Like we all get the military punishment. So, oh god. So, speaking of Dragon Ball, aside from me playing Dokkan, ooh, I should use that to you. Okay. We had last night, for an hour, a literal wasted hour that we wanted back in our lives, Bandai Namco's announcement for Dragon Ball content. And this was, I honestly want to say, this makes me not want to watch announcements or anything related to gaming. I'd rather just watch trailers. Because it was horrible. It was pretty horrible, to be honest. So, at least in my opinion. Basically, Bandai Namco came on for their stream, and it was like they pretty much had three announcements. We were looking for what they were going to do with Xenoverse 2, and then they announced Dragon Ball Heroes, or Super Heroes, whichever one, and then they said something for Fighters. None of it, like, it was definitely a mixed bag. So for Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2, basically all they announced was, hey, this is the content that is coming out, that's been out for practically over a month now. We hope you're interested in it, because it was all the Broly, Super Broly movie content. And I would say just about anyone that has played Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2 already knows about the Broly movie content. So it really wasn't much of an announcement, but you could see why they did it. Because the Dragon Ball movie is pretty much out at this point. And they're just trying to promote it. But it really just felt like they just threw it out there and they were trying to stretch time. And they asked the question like, hey, are you guys going to do anything about do any other online updates or stuff like that? Pretty much the answer is no. Because there's still a lot of complaints about online play. I don't really know the actual complaints for online play. But there's a lot of complaints for online play saying like, oh, well, the online play is bad because Demps did this, yada, yada, yada. I don't exactly know, and I would probably never play Xenoverse 2 competitively after things I've seen. And then they addressed like, oh well, what about players that cheat? What about players that actually cheat on the game? They're like, we can't really address cheating, and we can't really address the cheating issue. Like, we just have to cross that bridge when we come to it. So if somebody's cheating, we'll address the problem depending on what it is. And that was literally all they said. It was like, okay, like, we're gonna do something about cheating. Like, if you get caught. But pretty much, it's still the same stuff. And they just kept trying to talk about Xenoverse 2 for the longest time. It was like, no, like, okay, just stop. The good bit of news, depending on how much you like it, Dragon Ball Heroes, which is the card game, well, technically it's a card game, technically it's not. That Dragon Ball Heroes got announced for Nintendo Switch and PC. And I'm like, oh, that's interesting. Which basically, it also goes in line with the anime they've been promoting like once a month. Where they've been Dragon Ball Superheroes, and it's a very long, complicated anime tie-in. But basically, Dragon Ball Heroes was one of those games that was in Japan for like who knows how many years, and you pretty much collected the cards, and you play online matches or whatever. You do like online quests with the team that you built. It was kind of interesting. It's literally one of those games that you wouldn't expect to be able to play in the U.S. because, I mean, it's the U.S. Like, Japan is usually the one that gets all these games. It was like, oh, well, I want to play this, and I can't play it because it's Japan only. Now we got it. Well, now we're getting it, like, April 5th. And I'm like, oh, this is interesting. I'm kind of interested in it, and I'm kind of not. Because it is a gacha game. It is essentially a gacha game, and I'm like, I don't really want to play a gacha game if I have to buy cards or whatnot. Or if I have to buy the cards, at least let them be cheap. And I generally only just like looking at the card artwork. I think it's Universe Survival Saga. So I thought it was actually pretty interesting to see that, oh, that game got updates. Well, that game is actually coming out to the US on Nintendo Switch and the PC. I don't know if I can play it on the PC because my PC is, well, my PC is a mixed bag, and I do need to change out the video card. But I was like, oh, this actually looks exciting. Because maybe I can actually play characters that I like in the Dragon Ball series instead of just, okay, I'm going to play OP Goku, OP Vegeta, and more Goku. So I'll wait and see on that one. Let's see how that game plays out. Now, as for the announcement that really pissed off a lot of people last night, it got the Xenoverse. Not Xenoverse, I'm looking at the chat and I'm like, I saw Xenoverse and that's what popped in my head. Dragon Ball Fighters. Oh god. Oh. That was honestly sad. And that really pissed off a lot of people. Because basically, what we got was... I haven't even seen this attack before. Oh god, I couldn't even read the quote because it was moving so fast. So basically, they showed us that they were going to have another tournament in like June, July. And then when it came to the announcement, like, hey, are we gonna get anything new for Dragon Ball Fighters, like season 2 or some new content? We like everyone held like I was sitting there in like someone else's stream just watching it, and we all were pretty much praying and just had our heads held high, like, come on, say something, like season 2, come on, new changes. They said, oh, please wait until the finals of our tournament is over before we make the announcement. And then everybody just got pissed. Everybody was like, I can't believe I just wasted an hour of my life. That was literally everyone's reaction, was, I can't believe I wasted an hour of my life waiting for an announcement that says, oh, the announcement is going to be, please wait until the next announcement. Which, thankfully someone in the chat actually did bring up a good point. They said that they were bringing changes to the game, which it could be needed changes. Like, it could be literally anything. And we're hoping that it could be like something like big, but we're trying not to get our hopes up too much, because it's like, okay, well, do we get, like, maybe we could get actual assists on our characters, like selectable assists, and then we can have like Marvel. We can have like the next closest thing to Marvel. Which, I mean, that's a bit of a stretch, but that would be neat. The worst case scenario where we get like this random casual mode that nobody's really gonna play too much. Which I looked at that and like, please don't do that. I have no characters, huh? We all pretty much died on that. It was just like, oh, well, maybe they'll come up with something good. Huh? Something happened and I can't see the notification. I couldn't see the notification. What? No. Oh, Streamlabs, why are you doing this to me? Okay. I guess the subscriptions only work for if it's a Twitch subscriber, which I'm not going to give a Twitch subscriber for a very long time, if ever. I need to change that alert anyway. So, Giovanni Felski has subscribed to my YouTube channel. Thank you. I honestly would hope that we get that for Dragon Ball Fighters. Like, I do want a season 2, and I want more characters that I'm willing to play as. Because right now my team is pretty much oh man, I need to address that too. I need to address that too. I mean, like, I did make a lot of bad decisions earlier, well, years earlier, and that did affect my YouTube following. Let me get off Dragon Ball Fighters. I gotta finish this. So, if anything for Dragon Ball Fighters, I would want to see characters I'm willing to play as. Because right now my team is like Fat Boo, Beerus, and one of the Gohans. One Gohan or the other. That's essentially my team. And it's not exactly a good team. Because of course Beerus sucks, and Fat Boo is not exactly that good either. But yeah, I want Pycon would definitely be a good addition. Like, he would definitely be a good addition. I thought 17 would be the character for me, but then I started playing and I was just like, oh, he plays like this. This is a bit too much work. Like, I want to see, if I was to pick a character, I mean, I'm kind of with a lot of the other people, and I want to see like the Trio of the Dangers, but at the same time, I'm like, you know what? I wouldn't exactly care, but you could put in someone like, I'm trying to think of other characters. I mean, there's super characters, obviously. And people are like, oh, we want Khalifa or Gale or Kayfa. Like, I don't care for them, but that would be different. I would say Champa, maybe. Like, a lot of my characters that I would want is kind of like a maybe. I would say Champa, Topo. Not exactly jumping for joy with Jiren. Pycon is definitely one. Or heck, just add some more game original characters. Like, that is definitely one I want to see. Like, more game original characters. And that would be awesome. At the same time, I want to see if they're going to include, like, they need to do something better with the single player mode. Because the single player mode is, oh yeah, he does have an Extreme Z. But his event's not up yet. Well, his event is gone at this point. They need to fix their single player. Because that single player arcade is garbage. And their story mode is, you don't want to run through it again. You do not want to run through it again after you ran through it the first time. What else did I say I was going to try and awaken? I think it was a Golden Frieza. Which Golden Frieza is going to take forever. Because it is this one. Oh, jeez. Yeah, I would want to see good. I would want to see some good. I would want to see some good characters. I want to see a fixed single player. A lot of it needs to be done. A lot of things need to be done to fighters. Okay, so now that I'm done with Dragon Ball. Oh god. Practically an hour talking about Dragon Ball. Oh god. Let's see. What else? Cut that out. That's kind of old news, and I don't. Well, okay. So Nintendo's killing their creators program. At least I'm trying to remember where I read that. I'm trying to remember where. Yes, I know. This was literally like the only game I could think of to play at the moment that I could set up for a stream, because it was either I set up for stream now or I just do not stream. That's literally what happened. And it's taking forever to load for some reason. Does nobody else have a Jiren? Okay, not the one I'm looking for. Everybody's running that. Wow. Okay, so Nintendo's killing their creators program, which basically that was that lame program Nintendo threw out to say like, oh hey, you can't make money off of our content, so if you really want to make money off of our content, sign up with us and we'll pay you money to put our content up on YouTube. And I hated that program. I literally hated that program because basically that program said, okay, if you sign up with us, your YouTube channel cannot have any other content that isn't Nintendo on it. So if you had literally anything that wasn't Nintendo on your YouTube channel, that had to get removed. You needed to make a separate YouTube channel, and then you had to get approved by Nintendo. Not only that, Nintendo took their own cut from how much they were going to give you. So YouTube takes their cut, and Nintendo takes a bigger cut. You get left with I want to say you got left with 30% of whatever you made. Which a lot of people didn't seem to mind because it was like, oh, well, I make this much money, they give me a lot of money anyway, or I make this more money off t-shirts and stuff. I was like, no, I'm just not really going to upload any Nintendo content. And there really wasn't much to upload outside of Pokemon. At least in my case. I mean, I did have the Mario Brothers Wii playthrough up there, and I had to pretty much butcher it because of Nintendo. Besides streaming. It's just, Nintendo was just not good with that program whatsoever, at least in my opinion. And I was like, no, I'm not going to sign up with it. Okay, so that one's out of the way. There wasn't much to talk about because that one's old news and it's practically dead at this point. Okay, so... Oh yeah, oh boy, that is a big one. Oh boy, losing monetization or being dropped by my MCN, my what do they call it? Multi-channel network. I worry about this a lot because this is happening to pretty much, it's starting to happen a lot more, and I'm seeing a lot more posts about it. And it's in different formats too. Like I've seen people go like, "Oh, hey, I don't even know the companies that they got dropped from," but a lot of people are like, "Oh, my MCN just dropped me out of the blue," and I'm like, "Whoa, what?" It's scary. Or like YouTube is I see people get notifications saying oh well, YouTube says I can't monetize my videos anymore because of this reason, and I'm sitting there going what the heck? And the bad thing is that every time someone is losing their MCN or they're just losing monetization altogether, it practically just goes on deaf ears because nobody cares. I mean, the only time people cared was, or I seen people care, was when Maximilian lost his MCN last week. His MCN actually dropped him, and he was like, okay, well, what do I do? Well, what do I do now? And he was just like, I don't know what to do. But he honestly handled it actually pretty well, and everyone came to his aid, and I was like, wow, that's pretty good. Which in terms of Max, he's like, oh well, I can make the money, if I can just make the money straight up just being only with YouTube, then I'm fine with that. I actually am happy, and I wish I could be in his situation where he could just be where, because he was like, he just wants to have the videos up there. He doesn't care if other people are claiming the content on it. He just wants to have the videos up there. Me, I'm sitting here like, okay, I gotta edit this video now because these people are claiming, these people are content ID claiming my videos, or I have to sit there and fight with it just so I can make sure I get this money. And I wish I didn't have to do that. But there's a lot of companies out there that are either, it's either like a false claim or false or mistaken claim, or it's just, or it's videos out that I've had up on YouTube for the longest time and they've never been claimed, but either somebody else now owns the rights to like the music or the game content, and things change. And I'm like, well, what happened? And I'm actually starting to get responses and emails now where the companies are like, oh yeah, this content is ours, and if we want you to take down the video, you're going to have to comply. And I'm just sitting here like, whoa, that's a bit harsh. So I sit there and I just go like, okay, well, rather than take the risk of them one day coming to me and being like, you know what, screw you, you know what, you know what, we're gonna have to have you take down the video. I'd rather just be like, you know what, I'll just take it down myself, edit it, and put it back up. Because a lot of times where it pops up is just videos where it's the most ridiculous thing being claimed. And I'm like, how do you, there's no way I can avoid this other than re-record this entire video and not do this thing. Because I know this has happened in a couple of my videos where, I'm trying to think of one. I'm trying to think of a good one. I've actually mentioned it in one of my videos. Like, I re-uploaded it and said like, oh, I have to cut this content out because Bandai Namco claimed it, and they would not answer me back on this. And all I did was like the super attack in My Hero 1 Justice. Well, they call it Plus Ultra. I did the Plus Ultra attack in My Hero 1 Justice, and that part got claimed. It wasn't like, oh, well, story mode content was claimed. Like, no, this wasn't. This was recorded, and this was recorded with the PS4's recording function, which PS4 pretty much cuts out anything that's like, oh, well, you can't record this or upload this to YouTube or whatever. Like, they block those recordings. So I'm just sitting here like, why did they claim this one super attack? Well, heck, I've had a lot of music that somehow changed hands, which I'm probably going to have to redo the entire Blue Dragon playthrough. Probably going to have to redo the entire Blue Dragon playthrough because I'm thinking that someone else now owns the song Eternity, which is the boss theme. It's like, and nowadays I'm just sitting here and like, I'm just taking the L. I'm like, you know what, I'm not gonna fight it. I'm tired of fighting these fights of content ID claims, especially when the companies are like, you know what, this content is ours and we can take it down. Like, if we want you to take it down, you're going to have to take it down. Some of them are even being rude about it. I'm just like, you know what, I have to find a new way around it. That's actually kind of it's actually stopping me. It's one of those things that's stopping me from doing stuff like Tales of Vesperia. Because I know Tales of Vesperia, like way back when, I know Tenacity and Fury Sparks was like massive was massive on YouTube's content ID claims. And those are like the two main boss themes that you only hear Fury Sparks like once, but you hear Tenacity like way too much in Tales of Vesperia. And it's like, well, what the heck can I do other than try to turn off the music? I think Sega is now cool with it, but I'm not entirely sure. Like a lot of the companies, it's like some of them I would just contact and they'd be like, oh, hey, we're sorry, we'll fix this for you. Because Atlas is very friendly about that. Like Atlas is like, okay, well, as long as you didn't spoil the game, we're cool. I'm like, yo, I'm fine with that. Which I totally agree with that. Like, hey, if I didn't really spoil the game, so there you go. Valkyria Chronicles 3. It only really bothers me with content ID claims when it's on old games. When I upload like really old games, and the company, like some random company, claims the music and they don't own the music. Like, you know in your mind, there is no way this company owns this song. And that has happened so many times. I'm like, no, this company doesn't own this. I'm like, there is no way this random off-the-wall company owns the music to Legend of Mana. Or Legend of Mana, however the heck you want to pronounce it. I'm like, there's no way you guys own the music to Legend of Mana whatsoever. But no, I sit there and I go look it up, and I'm like, and what I end up finding is that people are like, oh, we found this music in, we've been using this music in our own song, in our own rap CD. And I was just like, you can't do that. Like, you got it, like, dude, like, you're picking a song from an incredibly old game, and I don't think I'm going to find a Jiren. And you're doing that. So it's a pain to sit there and contact those companies and say like, hey, did you know your song actually comes from this song here, and this song was created back in like 1996 or something, like back in like 1998 or something, and they're using it in their song? I'm pretty sure Square Enix wouldn't like that, or I'm pretty sure Sega wouldn't like that. That this small rap group is using this music. The other thing that bothers me is like there's games that I like and I just pretty much have to take down because, well, or I pretty much just have to say like, okay, well, I need to just not upload it, or I need to upload it someplace else because the music is totally being claimed by someone else. Like, what was the game I played off of Steam? I cannot think of it. I cannot think of that game I played off Steam, and I was like, I loved every minute of it. But after I uploaded it, it just kept getting hit by content ID claims by the person that did the music. Savant Ascent. I played Savant Ascent and I was like, oh my god, I love this music. I love this game. And basically the music was constantly being content ID claimed by the person that made the by the person that made the song, and I was like, dang. That honestly sucks when I get games like that. And there's literally nothing I can do. I'm just not gonna find a Jiren, no. I don't know if I'll just run. I'll run Saiyans. But it's honestly scary to think that YouTube could actually pop in and be like, "Hey, you're no longer going to be able to monetize your videos until you fix this problem." And they won't tell you what exactly the problem is. They just tell you that, hey, you have a problem. You got to fix this now. Like, you got to fix this if you want to monetize your videos ever again. I'm like, yo, that is scary. Especially because pretty much the responses from like from almost everybody in the comments is like, I don't get. I was like, oh, well, that's too bad, dude. You know, I had the same thing happen to me too. Like, no one's really there to like help you. It's more like, I hope you had a backup plan or something. Like, no one's really there to help you out. And that is like, and that's honestly sad. It's scary. I'm like, I do not want to sit through that, because if I have to sit through that, I'm just gonna be like, I am done. Like, I am done for today. Well, I don't have a rotation going. At least I have an LR. But I have to say, like, Maximilian definitely handled his multi-channel network, well, being dropped from the multi-channel network, pretty well. And I want to be in his position where I can just be like, you know what? I just want people to watch the videos. Like, that's where I want to be. And crap. Let me get the door. Be right back.
Then again, he sent me a text to come hang out, to come over here.
He's watching something, and that's just like, wait a minute. She said you can come in. They said you can come in.
I really don't know what's going on. I mean, like... Hey, Dan. Hey, you okay? Got bored and sat back here and watched TV?
Okay. Okay, that was the doorbell. I'm back, and Frieza's dead. da, da, da. Yeah, I wish I could be in Maximilian's position. Like, I hate to say I envy him, but I do. Like, I want to be in that position where I can be like, you know what? I wish I could just be like, I only want my viewers to watch the videos. Which, I can only confidently say that for my Sonic Adventure playthrough. Because right now, that is like literally the only thing that constantly gets comments. Day in, day out. And it's always people saying like, oh, I enjoyed this game as a kid. And everything. And I'm like, wow. Like, it's always like, people enjoy that playing the game as a kid. Or people trying to compare it to Sonic Adventure DX. People saying that the game sucks. People saying that the game is great. So many people. And I'm just like, I enjoy reading those comments every single time. I wish that would happen for the other games I play, but I guess beggars can't be choosers. What am I gonna do? I don't think Goku's gonna get one. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. No, he's not. No, there he is. I would love to get that. I would love to get that on the games that I actually enjoy playing a lot too. Like, because it seems like games that where I have like a legitimate amount of fun, no one really cares about. Like, yo, like you guys are missing out on not playing this game. Instead of the AAA title, like, you guys should definitely play this one. Okay, so knock that one out the way. Anyways, I hope I don't lose my MCN, because I'm like, if I lose my MCN, I'm just gonna be like, I will fall apart. I will literally fall apart. Be like, what do I do? What do I do? What do I do? I don't know what to do. No, I didn't pick that one. No, whatever. What else is there? The next item up for business. Not a small one, but I did notice this. Ow. I did notice this one. Tales of Vesperia Definitive Edition's voice changes. I only noticed this for Yuri, but they did change his voice to, I don't know who his voice is now, but I did know that he got a voice change. To, let me see if I can find it. Tales of Vesperia Definitive Edition voice cast. I don't think it's Grant George doing Yuri Lowell anymore. Is it? It should be. Oh, no, yeah, okay, it is. Yeah, they changed his voice to Grant George. And yeah, they changed his voice to Grant George, and basically they didn't exactly do it in a good way. Like, I feel like it was kind of rushed. Because what they did is they took all the old voice cuts from the 360 version for most of the voice clips, and then anything that was new, that's what Grant George dubbed over. Phil Baker was upset about it. Like, and it's kind of it's really jarring. It sounds really jarring because it's all. And I'm trying to think who, like Fnatic did a video on it. Like he did a boss video on it, and you can hear. Like I don't either, but my thing is that what they basically just took it. I was like, okay, well, so basically like you'll hear Troy Baker, and then like suddenly you'll hear Grant George. And I'm like, yo, like why? Like that's really jarring to hear. Like they'll suddenly hear Grant George just pop in. The other thing is that a lot of the missing voice clips, like that Troy Baker did, are actually on the 360 version of the game. Like for Yuri's second Mystic Art. Yeah, for Yuri's second Mystic Art, Grant George does it, but you can actually hear it in it's actually on the disc of the 360 version. And I'm like, yo, what the heck? They also changed Flynn Shifo's voice to Sam Riegel. What was that? Flynn voice actor. They said Flynn's voice changed, but I don't know. No, it's still the same. It's still the same. They were saying that his voice actor changed, but I'm not seeing it. I think it would have been better if they just had Grant George just redub the entire, like all Yuri's lines instead of just have instead of just have Troy Baker and then suddenly Grant George. So basically we got Snow Villiers and then suddenly we have Warrior of Light. I kind of want to get the definitive edition because I want to play the extra content, but at the same time, I'm kind of worried about playing the extra content because I've seen that stuff. Because I felt that way when I played the final mix versions of Kingdom Hearts, and I was like, oh, like why did I play the extra stuff? I don't like this extra stuff anymore. I was like, I don't like this extra stuff. Well, I guess it would be nice to play as Repeat again. Like, I mean, and I can actually do legit solos as Repeat. Oh, Vegeta, why won't you transform? Is there any other bit? Oh, well, okay, so one comment that I've been getting, and this generally happens whenever I stream for some reason, although it hasn't happened in this stream yet. People keep going, hey, you should do a face reveal. Hey, you should do a face reveal, and I'm like, okay. Well, the thing is, I did legitimately think about doing a face reveal, or while doing face cam for my videos, and I'm like after a lot of thought, I do not feel confident about doing it. I do not feel great about doing a face reveal. And a lot of it is due to, well, a lot of it is definitely due to my family. Because, like my mother's a huge worrywart about a lot of things. She's like, don't tell people online your address. And don't. It took me forever to get her to actually start shopping online for anything. Or I'll do any kind of thing online. But she's the type that will be like, oh, well, don't do this because this could happen. Like, you could be killed for doing this. Like, that's one worry that pops in my mind. Like, and she has drilled it into my head, like, thoroughly. Like, oh, well, people see your face online. Like, they might recognize you in public. And then you might end up being shot or something. And I'm like, I don't think that'll happen. But at the same time, because she's one of those type of people that will watch like 1,000 Ways to Die and will pretty much get scared of it. I'm like, okay, well, I won't do it if it worries you that much. I'm more worried about it in terms of like what might happen with like people I associate with in public. Like, they might be like, oh, we don't want to associate with you anymore because you did this online. I'm like, but I didn't do anything necessarily bad online, and this is gonna hurt. It's so weird. Like, and also, like, if the reason for me to do a face reveal is just so, oh, I can make money, then I don't really need to do it. Like, that to me is just not necessary at this moment. Like, maybe if I get more views, like, I said it before in like the last stream, which was the Sonic Adventure, which was that 10 freaking hour Sonic Adventure stream. I want to do it if I know I'm going to have like a big following. I hate that I'm going to have to do this like 10 more times. I want to, like, I'll do a face, like, I'll do like face cam or whatever. If I know like people are actually gonna watch. Otherwise, not that concern. Oh, here's a funny one. Play Fortnite. Oh God. Play Fortnite. No. I will not play Fortnite. No. And my cat is beating on my door. Like, to get me to play Fortnite, I would have to be really desperate to play that. But honestly, like, even if I do suffer from low self-esteem and I have depression and whatnot, I feel like I have too much respect for myself to play that game. I don't hate people that play it, and I just don't like the game. I just do not like Fortnite. It's pretty much in the same lines as Minecraft. There's no point in me playing a game that I'm just not going to like. Like when you start doing like when you start actually doing that, then pretty much like your YouTube or live streaming career is just on the rocks. When you start playing stuff you don't like. That's pretty much what I have to say about that one. Are there any other interesting comments? I haven't exactly came across any that weren't like constant, like, oh, I love this game stuff. I'm actually looking through my comments right now, and nothing. Well, nothing that really stands out. But again, I do love the comments that come for like the Sonic Adventure playthrough, which I don't know why that got so popular. I don't know why Sonic Adventure is so popular. No. Dude, like literally, my comments are pretty much just Sonic Adventure, and I'm not. In most cases, it's Sonic Adventure. Oh boy, it's crazy. But I'm happy that people enjoyed the playthrough. I'm legitimately happy because I just played through it as normal. What is coming up? So, yeah, I'm going back like practically in months. I'm going back like practically weeks, and yeah, it's everyone loves that. Everyone loves that. Anyway, what else could I say? As for updates in terms of games I'm playing, I can't really say much as to what's coming up. I was like, I'm still working on Soul Calibur. I am still working on Soul Calibur, and I am drudging through it. Well, Soul Calibur 3, I'm just drudging through it, because I do not like Soul Calibur 3. I do not like Soul Calibur 3 as I play through it. And I hope to get off that game as soon as possible so I can play Soul Calibur 4, which is much better. What else is coming up that I had planned? Spyro the Dragon, the PS1 version, is actually started last Saturday. And that one is a silent playthrough because I started that before I got the new capture card. Probably better for me that way because then I can actually focus and not do not try and do commentary and play a game at the same time. And pretty much talk more than I play the actual freaking game. Let's see. Omen's Sight, World of Final Fantasy. Definitely when World of Final Fantasy is finished, I will go into World of Final Fantasy Maxima. I wish I could afford a PlayStation 4 at that point. So I can just have, like, I literally want to have my own PlayStation 4 in my room. And just play that. So I don't have to walk into the living room at night and just play the game at like 3 o'clock in the morning. I think that let's see, no, I'm safe. I'm trying, is there any other game that I've been thinking of? If there's anything I'm coming back to, I'm definitely going to try and come back to finishing the Tasmanian Tiger series. That should be fun. Part of me wonders why did I decide to pick these games, and those were influenced by friends, and I'm just like, you know what, I might as well just finish it now. Instead of just waiting. Will I get Kingdom Hearts 3? Not anytime soon. Kingdom Hearts 3, not anytime soon. I'll be generally watching other people play it first before I even actually get a chance to play it. Because I don't have the PS4. This way you could at least finish it. You could at least finish Golden Frieza, you know? Okay, so I think I'm good enough to wrap. Well, let's actually finish up this run with Golden Frieza. I'll finish up this run with Golden Frieza, and then I will call the stream here. In fact, I wonder if I can raid. Even though on Twitch I don't have anything to raid with. Because I believe RPG is just started streaming Xenoblade Chronicles X. So I could send you guys there. I don't know how to raid though. I need to find out. Because I'm pretty sure nobody wants to watch. Well, there's probably a lot of people that wouldn't mind watching me play Dokkan and grind it to death, but I'm not a popular Dokkan streamer. There's also Omega Evolution, and he's playing Tales of Vesperia. See, he's playing Tales of Vesperia, likely the definitive edition. I want to try raiding though. So let's actually finish off Golden Frieza. Oh, Dispo! Really? Dispo, come on! You let Golden Frieza live on Magic Pixel. What is wrong with you? This isn't even the final one. Okay, so I can't believe I managed to talk for like 2 hours and not get, well, tired. Oh, uh-oh. That's not good. That's not good. Okay. Jeez, the second one? Okay, got me. Okay, he's finally dead. No thanks to Dispo. Okay, so collect my rewards real quick. Okay, so I'm going to try out this raid function thing, and type raid. Well, it will just be me and Jen. So for my Twitch viewers, let's do a raid of well, I have to figure out how the heck it works first. Type raid followed by the name of the channel that you want to raid. Raid, blah, blah, blah. So, okay, so we are going to raid RPG, and I hope I did this right. And we're going to say, well, I don't know how Xenoblade Chronicles X goes, but like if people are still there paying attention on the on the Twitch side of things, we're going to raid, and it's going to be, we're going to say, are you really feeling it, Mr. RPG? Or we can raid Omega. But I haven't seen him in forever, so I don't know how well that would go. Like, I haven't talked to him in forever, so I don't know how that one would work out. So I feel safer raiding RPG. So when we raid, we will say this. Even though it's probably not a reference to Xenoblade Chronicles X, but it's the best one I can think of at the moment. Anyway, I am done with the stream. Brave slash Brave G Gamer 16. Alright. Let me pull up BlueStacks. I am Bradley the Gaming Mole. Thank you guys for coming to this month's Q&A stream. There will be another one. There will be another stream at some point, hopefully this month. I just haven't decided what, and I need to figure out a good time to do so. Anyway, I will be signing off. Twitch guys, we're going to be raiding in a minute. See you guys later.